Hello, doing a quick recording here of Fortnite Chapter 2. We are playing on a legendary GTX 780 Ti paired with the i7 4790. And yeah, we're just going to be testing out the performance here of Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2. The settings that we are playing on, as always, are pro settings. That's epic view distance with everything else set to off and low. Yeah, in a second, once we land, I'll show you that. Of course, you can keep an eye out there on MSI Afterburner statistics in the top left-hand corner of the screen. That basically will give you your CPU, GPU usage, as well as there's a frame time graph and the, yeah, there's a bunch of statistics there. But yeah, epic view distance, everything else set to low or off. And yeah, we're just going to play this one out slowly, hopefully not die, so you can get an idea of how the system will perform. I found on average to get above 144 frames per second, basically 144 frames or higher. So yes, you could easily pair this for Fortnite with a 144 hertz monitor and experience a really smooth, well yeah, you can have a really smooth gaming experience. So yeah, that's something I'm debating about getting in the future, is either a 144 hertz monitor, get something used, maybe cheap, or save up and get a 240 hertz monitor. I know the 240 hertz monitors can be up to like 2.5 times as expensive, so I haven't decided yet, but some people say 240 hertz is a lot better. But I mean, the 780 Ti here probably won't push that high of a frame rate, but that was just a tangent of what I'm thinking for my test setup in the future here. We're just going to continue looting up, hopefully find some combat soon, or find some other players. And yeah, it's only good when you find other players if you can kill them. But like today, I've tried doing this recording a couple times, but each time just haven't had the luck of the draw there in terms of my skill level being a little underwhelming. But yeah, let's just continue looting up. There's a ton of loot in this drop. This is why I like it. It's great for testing as well because you are near the open lake, which sometimes I find is a little bit more of a demanding scene to kind of load or to play in. Especially near, I believe it's called Lazy Lake, or in the Lazy Lake area. I think that is one of the more demanding parts of the map, just from my experience. This is not any like statistical fact or anything, but just from testing other systems and stuff, I found that to be I guess a more demanding part. There should be other players who dropped here with me. This is a really good spot to drop, so let's see if we can't find some other players, get into a little bit of combat. I guess we're going to leave their grenades. We're just going to run double heals and triple weapon or whatever. Surprisingly, it is very empty. Not sure if anyone else dropped here. Like, I'm not going to loot up that much more because I do want to start running around the map so you can get an idea of, like, okay, in these parts of the map, this is the frame rate you can expect. It's smooth. It's reliable. So yeah, if you're on a budget and you are looking for a graphics card upgrade, you can definitely consider the GTX 780 Ti or even like a GTX 780. One thing I will mention, however, is that it does use quite a bit of power and it does run relatively loud depending on the model. I have a Founders Edition card, so that is a blower style model. So that card, you can see it's running at 72 degrees at the moment, 73 degrees. I have the case completely open. I've got the fan cranked up a lot. But yeah, it does run, like if I close the case and I'm not recording in such a cold environment, like yeah, it'll definitely run you around 80 degrees Celsius and you have to run the fan speed at like 80% or 82% or something like that. So it is very loud. But yeah, I mean, that's why I'm doing the recording, so you can see the performance here without committing to the hardware itself. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone else dropped in this area, so we're just gonna continue moving along and head over to the Lazy Lake area, because as I was mentioning, that does tend to be a little bit of a busier drop. But it does look like someone may have been here because these shadow hunter things are all dead. So we just have to watch out and see if there aren't any other players kind of in the vicinity here that we can miss. Like, I don't see any footsteps, so yeah, so far I don't see anyone here, so I would assume there's no one. I guess we are going to drop the med kit for the why won't you let me pick up the heavy assault rifle or the heavy sniper there? It's a little bit odd. I definitely want to take the sniper. It's a super decent weapon. There's an upgrade station here as well, which is nice. I wonder if they changed the cost for upgrades. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Here, we'll break that. We need 100 metal. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's continue moving. Let's go to, as I was saying, what is it, Lazy Lake area. Tends to be a little bit busier, but yeah, outdoors here, really smooth. I can move my character around. You'll see this on the recording. It's really responsive. So let's continue moving. Currently 144, 160, 150. So yeah, we're well above that 144 FPS mark. This is definitely a combination you can pair with that 144 hertz monitor, which is super cool. Let's push up here to Lazy Lake. But yeah, also like the i7 4790, this also shows that it's still a pretty solid it's still a pretty solid CPU here in 2020. Obviously, it only has, I can't believe I'm saying only 4 cores and 8 threads. But yeah, it only has 4 cores and 8 threads, and it's not necessarily ideal moving forward for all sorts of different games that you want to play, like maybe Battlefield or Apex or those newer games. Even Fortnite can utilize more than 4 cores and 8 threads. So that's why, for example, on the channel here, you'll see that we do test a lot of 6 core and 8 core Xeons, as well as some dual Xeon, dual CPU configurations, just because a lot of these newer games are able to utilize multiple cores, multiple threads, and you don't necessarily require the latest and greatest kind of CPUs like the Ryzens or the newest i7 CPUs. So just so many different options to consider. Is there a basement here? I guess it's like a car garage. Guess this is supposed to be electric, right? Because that's an electric charger there. We'll quickly grab a little bit of ammunition here, but so far you can probably skip through this recording. Obviously, it doesn't really matter to me if you skip through it or not, but you'll be able to kind of see throughout the whole recording. The frame rate is really stable. Through the gameplay, I'm not experiencing any stutter. Maybe the recording will pick up like a stutter or something, but I can tell you the gameplay itself is really smooth. And it seems like we're in a ghost town or something, because I haven't bumped into anybody yet. So that's interesting. See if we can't head more to the center of the circle. Maybe that'll give us a better idea. But yeah, running around here in the middle of Lazy Lake, 150 frames per second, solid, and our 1% low is maybe like 120. Yeah, if you crank the volume up, you can probably hear the GTX 780ti there running in the background. And if you are wondering power consumption for a build like this, from the wall, oh, there's a player up here. Alright, let's keep pushing. Let's see if we can build up a little bit faster than he can. He might end up breaking this all down. We can always jump into the water, so we're not in a bad position at all. Just want to make sure we don't get sniped or anything like that. He is building up pretty quickly, it sounds. So yeah, if we do get knocked, I'm not too concerned. He is in the box down there. Sounds like there are... I only see one player at... Oh, it looks like there are 2 players down there. We might be able to third party this. Oh, I see him. That's one down. This looks like a decent recording so far because we aren't dead yet. I just can't see where this other player is. Oh, he's right down there. See if we can't shoot him from up here. But this is just an awkward angle to work with here. Oh, there he goes. I just want to keep the high ground. I don't want to let him kind of take over. It's a little bit of damage on us right there. Here's my... Oh wow, that was a lot of damage. I think he's right around here. Okay, we've got enough shields. I'm gonna exit here quickly, if I can edit, that is. Yeah, we are getting destroyed. But I mean, at least you can see the building is pretty smooth. Like building skills, definitely not up to par, but yeah, we built up pretty quickly there, and we're just going to pop some minis. And we are completely out of everything. Oh, there he is. He's down there. I think we can maybe snipe him. But if we get topped by anything, we're pretty much dead, so... yeah, it's not ideal at all. I think he's going to peek. Oh, man, we missed. But that was close. We almost got him. He's moving positions. He's down there. I just need to land some shots. And he'll be able to land some in return, so it's not, yeah, it's definitely not ideal. He's also got himself a sniper. Uh-oh, we're done. We are super done. But anyways, hopefully that gave you an idea of how the GTX 780 Ti will perform here. Yeah, basically just from playing a bunch of matches already with these settings, you can expect 144 frames per second, if not higher. Of course, you have to check what kind of CPU you currently have. If you have like a 3rd gen i3, a 3rd gen i5, you may not be able to get 144 frames per second solid. But if you have a really good if you have a decent CPU, I'd say like maybe a 6-core, 12-thread Xeon or something similar to like this 4th gen i7, you can easily expect to have a really smooth 144 FPS plus gaming experience. And if you guys enjoyed the recording, or if you have any questions regarding systems besides or parts or different CPU and GPU combinations besides this one here, definitely drop a comment below and I'd be happy to give you my 2 cents. Thanks.